Hi, everyone. Welcome to Sharon's Faith Corner, episode 20. Thank you all always for joining me, for welcoming me on this podcast into your homes and into your lives. Please feel free to always share it with somebody who might benefit from it. Also, just remember, nobody's making money from this. This is a free service, hopefully to spread hope into the world and save some lives. And also, if you'd like to be part of this project, please reach out to me and I will meet you wherever to record it. And thanks for all those who have participated so far. Today's guest, I'm super excited about. I mean, he's awesome and he has a heck of a story, and I'm privileged to be able to work with him, but also have been able to see his journey even just the last few years. And what I'm going to do is turn it over to Travis and let him tell his miracle. With that, here is Travis.
Hello, Sharon. Thank you for letting me be a part of this. I think it's quite funny that this is episode 20 because that's how many years I spent doing harm. Right about harm to myself, harm to others. You know, the closer you were to me, the worse it got, right? I didn't do anything that none of you guys did. I don't have any wild tales that no one's ever heard of. So I don't like to live too much in that because, you know, we've all heard it. We've all done it. What I can say is for my miracle, I think every day that I wake up breathing is a miracle because I shouldn't have made it, you know, I shouldn't have made it any of those years. So what happened was I was at a point where I was killing myself and I was okay with it. I was kind of just resigned to the fact that that's how it was going to go for me. And my dad came, and this is a guy that I met once in my 32 years of life. One time in my 20s. He showed up in the field I was living in the tent and just said, "Hey, I'm in this treatment center and I want you to be there." So that's what I did. I let him take me to this treatment, or at least to go sign up for this treatment center. And he's kind of stayed in touch, and I just decided that I was done. You know, I didn't want it anymore, and it was perfect timing. So I signed up for this treatment center, and it was one that you had to, this was in Sacramento, call it California, and this was one you had to call every day and check in. So, and that's what I did. You call every day, you check in, and eventually they give you a bed. In that time, he invited me to a camp out. And it was my first real sober event. I didn't know what I was expecting. And I just remember the irony of having to pack up my camp to go camping. And so that was it was super ironic. And, but I was able to bring my daughter and just really see how the other half lived. And I was hooked. I went to the treatment center and I just never looked back. You know, relapse isn't a part of my story. And I stayed at that treatment center you could stay for basically as long as you need, as long as you're, you know, there and you're being a part of. And I stayed there for 5 months. And then I went into sober living. And I was in sober living for a year. And I just kind of, when I was there, I decided I wanted to volunteer. I wasn't ready to work yet. I had such a bad history. I didn't think anyone would want me. So I volunteered at the treatment center that I went to. I went back and held groups. I volunteered at the sober living and just really got involved in the community. And from there, I met a wonderful woman and moved to Utah. And I got my first job in a treatment center. It took me a while to find a job because of my background and everything. I had to go to McDonald's. And at my time of life, I know they'll hire me, and I don't want to. I had to suck up my pride a little bit, and I did. And I went to McDonald's, and I wore the hat, and would you like fries with that? Is what I did to be better. And then after a while, I got a job in a treatment center, and then another job, and then I kept learning new skills and. Eventually, someone decided that it was a good job to put me in leadership. And what I'd realized is in leadership, because my goal was always to help people, was to give back. I figure once I spend 20 years giving back and just being the best I can, and to give other people the chance to be their miracle, right? Then I don't owe anymore. I don't. Then I can just be me. And so, yeah, someone thought it was a good idea to put me in charge of things. And so what I learned is I can, being a case manager, being a front desk person, you know, doing their laundry, whatever it is, you can affect the one person. You can save this one person, right? You can help them want to make better decisions, or even just show them that, you know, the other side's possible. Leading teams of people, helping people, is a way that I feel I can help change on a bigger scale. And I still get time with the clients. So anyway, so my whole story is really about people in rooms deciding I was worth something, that I was worth saving, that I was worth giving a chance to. And so that's what I do now. I just try to give everybody a chance, a second chance, a third chance, because everybody out there is worth saving. And you know, and I hit 15 years a couple weeks ago, or last week, and I don't know how I did it. You know, I was one of those people who would see the guys that come to the meetings with the truck and the house and the job and just looking like they had it all together. So what I've learned in that time is I have a lot of those things, but I don't have it all together. I just get by every day, just like someone with day one does. Every day is a new battle. So I hope that you guys are listening and you're hearing and you're understanding that you don't have to have it all together. Every day you wake up is a miracle. Thank you for listening to me ramble,
huh? Travis, thank you. So excited that we got to hear Travis's miracle. Thank you so much again. Anyway, remember to reach out if you'd like to be part of this, and we'll see you next episode. Hope you all have a good day.